Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs, and today we are going to make our third diamond. And since we're doing 5 diamonds this month, we have 5 Fridays, we're going to do a hummingbird in this diamond today, and I just thought that this hummingbird was beautiful. Anyway, we're going to do that, and I'm excited. So we're going to start out with green. I have just a regular green here. And I'll make sure I have, nope, that's a 5mm. I need a 6mm. And my 6mm needle, or hook. And we're going to start out by chaining 2. And then we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook and 2 doubles. And that is called the falling leaf stitch. That is also 1 square. So row 1 is done. Okay. Row 2, chain 2 and turn. And again, in the second chain from the hook, we're going to single crochet and 2 doubles. Make our falling leaf stitch. And since row 2, every row is going to go up by 1, so row 2 will have 2 squares. So this is the first square done. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and in the third stitch over, which is a single, you're going to put another falling leaf stitch in there. And we'll automatically be putting falling leaf stitches in every single crochet, and we'll be always skipping the doubles. Alright, so there is 2, 1, 2. Alright, so row 3, we're going to chain 2 and turn, and start in the second chain from the hook. We will always do this in every row for 25 rows. Alright, and I'm going to make this last double crochet right in this chain, but I am not going to finish it. And I'm going to switch these around because they're not in the right order. I'm going to put my blue in here. And so I'm finishing it off with that blue. But I'm going to carry my green with me. And like I said, we're skipping the 2 doubles and going into the single, which is right here in the middle. And then we're going to start our square with the blue. Now, alright, again, I am not going to finish that second double because I'm going to finish it off with the green, because my next color is green, so it's green, blue, green for row 3. And then the last stitch here is where we put the last square. And you should have 3 squares in this row. So it'll always go up by 1 square every row. So I want to mark these off, these 3 rows, so I don't get confused. And I like to mark off the rows. So chain 2, and here we go. We're starting our first square in that second chain from the hook, as usual. And this time we're going to switch over to blue, and we need to put 2 blues in. And this pattern has a green border around it, so we're always going to be starting with green and ending with green. I don't know if that'll help you. So I'm putting 2 blues in the middle, And then we are going to put a green in the end. And then switching over to green. And then our last square will be green. And there's row 4. So let's do row 5, chain 2 and turn. We'll mark them off every 2 rows. Because these are the easiest rows here. And it goes on till row 11. So we're going to start out with a green and then go to blue, and now we need 3 blue in the middle. Alright, switching back to green. And there is row 5. So we have 5 rows there. And let's mark off 4 and 5. There we go. Start row 6. So let's chain 2 and turn. And then we'll start our square here in the second chain from the hook again. And then switch over to the blue, and we need 4 blue this time. So this hummingbird has a lot of colors, but we won't be using them all at once. They're in different sections of the hummingbird. Alright, so there's 3, and now I need 1 more blue, and then I'm going to switch over to the green. And then I'm going to finish off this row with the green. And that is row 6. So chain 2 and turn for row 7. And in row 7 we have 1 green and 5 blue, 1 green in the end. So let's switch over to our blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're switching over to the green. And there is row 7. So let's do row 8. And row 8 is just as easy. So in row 8, we have 1 green, 6 blue, and a green. All right. So there's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we'll switch over to a green. And then here's our green. And there's 8 rows. And that's what it looks like so far. All right. Let's mark those off. 6, 7, and 8. All right, we do 9 and 10. We're going to chain 2 and turn. And row 9, we need 1 green, 7 blue, 1 green. All right, so blue was oh no, we need 7 blue. What am I thinking? All right, there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. There's row 9. Okay, so row 10, chain 2 and turn. So row 10 is 1 green, 8 blue, and 1 green. So let's switch over to our blue. So there's 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we have green. There's row 10. Okay, so let's mark those 2 off. 9 and 10 is done. All right, and now row 11. I did not. Oh, goodness. All right. So we're going to chain 2 and turn for row 11. And in row 11, we are going to be adding a new color. So we're going to be switching over to the background blue. There are 3 different blues in this pattern. So this is the background blue that we've been working with. And we need 8 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think I just lost that stitch. And this is 6, 7, and this is 8. And we are bringing in a dark blue next. And it's just one. And then we're going to switch over to green. And hang on, we'll redo that because I don't want this blue. This blue is going to stay behind. I don't want that blue in there. Alright. Alright, now let's switch over to the green. And there is what row 11 looks like. So row 12, we're going to chain 2 and turn. And then we're going to start out with the green like we always do in that second chain from the hook. And then we're going to switch to the dark blue. And we're going to put the dark blue in here again in this next stitch. Alright. I did not go into that stitch right. Hang on. Sometimes it's so hard to find it. There it is. Oh my goodness. It would help if I started to put a single in there first. Okay, so we're going to, okay, this green's here, this blue's in the middle, yep, because that dark blue. We're going to leave that dark blue there because we don't need it the rest of this row. Alright. And we switched over to this background blue, and we need 9 of those, and then 1 green at the end, and that should finish off this row. Row 12. So there's 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And then we're going to switch over to the green and finish this row off with the green. And there is 12 rows. Okay. So, we will be back for row 13 after this. Okay, so row 13, we're going to chain 2 and turn. And then start working our green. And then we need to go to our blue. Our background blue that we've used for the background blue. All right. So we need 9 of these. All right, so there's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. All right. Now, we're going to bring in the white. We need a white. There's a lot of colors in this. But I don't think we're going to be working with them all at once. We'll see how it goes. We only need 1 white in here. And then we're going to switch over to the background blue. Now, at the same time, I'm bringing this dark blue up because I'm going to need that in the next row. We don't need the dark blue in this row, but I'm bringing it up because I'm going to need it in the next row. So we're going to put that down, and then we're going to switch over to our green. And I got things a little bit mixed up here. It looks like I'm worried about getting these colors going. Okay, leave those behind and put our green in. Okay. Let me fix something. Okay, that white goes there, the blue, and this blue. All right. So we're going to chain 1 and turn for row 14. Now we're going to chain 2. Because we need to work in this second chain from the hook first, huh? Alright, chain 2 and turn, sorry. And then we're going to start our green in that second chain from the hook. And for row 14, we're going to need our background blue first. Well, how did I do that? I wonder why we're messed up here. Hang on, I got to go back and fix this. because I didn't carry that green all the way through like I was supposed to. Alright. Bring the green. I was worried about getting that blue up there too. That's what was going on. Oh, that dark blue. Alright, now we're going to switch over to the green and finish that off. Alright, chain 2 and turn. Now we could do row 14 in the second chain from the hook. Alright, now we need to bring up our regular blue. Switch on over to our background blue, which was that medium blue. And we're going to put blue in the medium blue in the next one. While we're carrying our green. And then, so there's the green. Let me make sure we get this, keep this in order. Green, medium blue is next. Now the dark blue comes up. And the next one is the dark blue. Okay, and now we need to switch over to the white. But we are going to leave this dark blue behind because I don't need that for the rest of. So now let's switch over to the white. Leave that there, that dark blue back there. Alright, and this one is white. We just need the one white. Oh, goodness gracious. And it would help if I carried these with me. So we need to carry this medium blue and this green with us. Alright, and then we're going to switch over to the medium blue. Which is right here. Leaving this white here, because I'm not going to need that white for the rest of the row. And then we're going to need 9 of the medium blue. Yes, 9. So there's 1. There's 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9. Switching over to our green. And here we go with the green. And the end. And this is what row 14 should look like. Okay, alright, so let's mark those off. 13 and 14. And you can see how we're doing the dark blue and then the white coming up. This is what we're doing right now. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so chain 2 and turn. And starting off with our green. And then we're going to switch over to our medium blue, which is our background color. And we need 10 of these. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. We just got done with 6 and it's 6 o'clock. Alright. 7. 8. 9. And this is 10. Alright, and then we're going to switch over to our white. So let's bring green comes forward first, then this. Then here's our white. So let's switch over to the white while we're carrying our green and our blue. Yep. So we're just going to put a white in here. And then we're going to switch over to our blue. And then we're going to bring up this blue here for next time. And we need 2 of these blues, of the medium blues. But I'm bringing up this dark blue up here because I'm going to need it for the next row. So I just brought it up to this row. And yeah, we're just going to leave it there. So we had the 10 blue, the 1 white, now the 2 blue, and then a green, and that'll finish off this row. And that is row 15. And of course you should have 15 squares. Now we're going to chain 2 and turn for 16. And then we're going to start our first square in the second chain from the hook, as we always do with the green. And we are going to need 2 of the medium blue next. So let's switch over to that. So there's 1. And 2. And then we are going to need this dark blue next. Okay, 1 dark blue, and then bring up the white. And we need 1 white. Oh, dang it. First of all, we're going to leave this dark blue behind. I don't want that anymore. Alright, now let's put the white in. And then switching over to the blue, the medium blue, which is the background blue. Leaving the white behind, but we're still carrying this green with us. We are going to need 10 blue and 1 green to finish off this row. So this is 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Switching over to our green and finishing off this row. And that is row 16. Alright, so let's mark off 15 and 16. We are going to chain 2 and turn. Starting out in that second chain from the hook. And switching over to blue for row 17. We need 10 blue. So 10 of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. We're going to switch over to the white. And we need 1 white. And then 1 dark blue. So we're going to switch over to that. First of all, let's put this white back there. And there we go. We need 1 dark blue here. And then we're going to switch over to our medium blue. And now we just need 3 medium blue and a green to finish off this row. And that's row 17. Alright, so row 18, chain 2 and turn, and we're going to start with our green and that second chain from the hook. All right. Now we are needing 3 green, or blue, not green, this medium blue, which is our background color. We need 3 of these. All right, and then we need, we're bringing this green, this blue. We need the dark blue. So we are on 18. So we need a dark blue here. And then we need to switch over to our green. And then we need 2 green. All right, and when we go to do the green, we need to pull up this white for the next row. First of all, that would help if I finished that. And then I'm pulling up that white, but that white is going to stay here because I'm going to need it for the next row. Alright, and then we're going to switch back to the medium blue, and we are going to need 10 of those. So 10 medium blues and 1 green should finish off this row. Alright, so there's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, and there we have it. So that is row 18, and that's what it should look like. And let's mark 17 and 18 off. All right, 19. Chain 2 and turn. Alright, so we started out with our green, and we need to switch over to the medium blue. And we need 6 medium blue. So there's 1, 2, there's 3 actually, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so now we got this one and this one. We're going to bring this white over here. We need to switch over to the white. And so we're going to carry this blue and green with us. We need 3 white. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So the white is going in the back. We need the green next. And now we need 3 green. So there's 1, 2, 1, and 3. So we've got this green here, this blue. Now we need the dark blue. And we have 1 dark blue here. And then we're going to leave this behind. And then we need to go to the medium blue. And we need 4 medium blue and a green to finish off this row. That is row 19 and what it should look like. So we've gotten up into the belly of the hummingbird and a little bit of the body here. So let's chain 2 and turn for 20. So we're going to start out with our green like we normally do. And then switching over to the medium blue. And we need 4 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we need the dark blue, and we need 2 of them. Alright, and then we need the green. And we need 2 of them. Dark blue is going to stay here. Then we're going to bring the white up. We are needing 5 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so we are needing 5 medium blue next. Let's try not to get these mixed up. So let's switch over to the medium blue, leaving the white here and carrying the green. So we should have 5 medium blue and a green to finish off this row. So there's 3, 4, and this is 5. Switching over to our green and finishing off this row with it. Alright, cool beans. Okay, so this is row 20. So we just finished 19 and 20, and I need to move Alright, so 21. We're going to chain 2 and turn. Starting out with our green and the second chain from the hook. And then we're going to switch over to our blue, and we need one blue, one medium blue here. And then we need to bring in black. We need black. And like I said, there is a lot of colors in this one. So we need one black in the next one. And we're not going to need that anywhere else. So we're going to kind of leave it here. And then we're going back to the blue. Bring the blue in. And then leave them there. Now we are needing 3 medium blues, which is our background color. Alright, and then here's our green, here's our blue. Let's switch over to the white. Bring the white up. We are needing 5 white, but I'm carrying my green and my blue, my background color blue, together. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need our green. I'm gonna leave that white behind though, because I'm not gonna need that white anymore. So I need 2 green here. Alright, green, blue, dark blue. So now we're going to need 2 dark blues. And then we're going to switch over to our blue, medium blue. And we need 5 of those. So there's 1. 2. 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll end up with the green at the end. So there's row 21. And that's what 21 looks like. Chain 2 and turn. And starting our green in that second chain from the hook. Switching over to blue, to the medium blue. And we need 6 of these. Pull some of this out. So there's 2. 3. 4. 5. And this is 6. And then we need to switch over to the dark blue. And then we need 2 of those. Alright, 2, and then we need to switch over to the green. There it is. I'm leaving that dark blue behind right there, and then I'm going to put 2 green in here. And let's see, green comes first, then this blue, then I need 1 white here. And then we're going to switch back over to the green. Leaving that white behind. And now we need 3 green. So there's 2. and 3 and oh goodness. Alright guys, sorry. I didn't do this right. So I'm going back to this dark blue because I should have never left that behind. I need that dark blue up here a little ways. Alright. Alright, so we're going to carry the dark blue with us. Putting on our 2 green. Goodness. Then switching over to the white. And put 1 white in. And then we're going to switch over to the green again. So now I have 2 blues that I'm carrying with me. And we needed 3 green, right? Okay. So we have the 3 green. Now we need a dark blue after the 3 green. So 1 dark blue here. Which it's going to stay. And then we need 2 medium blue. So let's switch over to that. Alright, and then we need to green here, blue here. We need to switch over to black. And we need 1 black, then 2 medium blue, and a green should finish off this row. So black stays there, medium blue, so we need 2 medium blue in here. Alright, there is row 22. Okay. So 21, 22 is done. We are completely done with the white, so we are going to just cut that off, since there's no use in having it on there. So let's just chain 2 and turn here. And I'm cutting off the white. Alright. in the second chain from the hook for 23, we are doing our green square. And switching over to our medium blue. And so we need 3 of those. Alright, then we're going to switch over to the black. And we need 1 black. And then we're going to switch over to the medium blue again. Alright. And we need 1 medium blue. And then we're going to bring in a yellow. So we just got rid of a color and now we're starting a new one. Alright. So 1 yellow right here. Alright, and then we need to bring up our medium blue, or dark blue, next. Right after the yellow. I am leaving this yellow behind because we are not going to need that in this row anymore. So we need a dark blue right here. And then we're going to switch over to green. And I need 5 green. But we're going to bring this dark blue with us, because we're going to need that. We need to bring that dark blue with us. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. So the green, blue. Here's the dark blue. We need the dark blue again. And we need 2 of them this time. And then we're going to switch over to the medium blue. And now we just need 7 medium blue and a green to finish off this row. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then here's our green. Finish it off. Chain 2 and turn. And 24. We're going to start in the second chain from the hook. And then we need to bring up our blue, medium blue. Hang on, that is way too tight. There we go. And we are needing 8 medium blues. So there's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Alright. So now I need a dark blue in here. So I'm going to bring this dark blue up. And put a dark blue in next. Alright, and go to the green. Then we need to take this dark blue with us. No, we don't. No, we don't need that dark blue with us. Alright, so now let's go to the green. And now I need 6 green. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. and 6. And then I need to switch over to the yellow. Bring it over. So we need a yellow in here. And we're all bringing in a new color. I'm going to bring in this real pretty orange. It's my mango-y orange type thing. I think that is called mango, actually. So I'm putting that in here with the yellow. All except for, I didn't want to bring that yellow. Alright. We need to leave the yellow behind. Alright. And then we're switching over to black. So we're going to bring this black up. Yeah. So I'm leaving that mango behind though, I don't need it. I need to carry this blue and this green with me though. So we just need one black here. And then we're going to bring up this blue. And I am going to need, so this is the beak of the hummingbird, completely finished now.
Who found it? I get $5. Well, I'm not going to come back over, honey. I just got to eat supper. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, put it in that key box. Nicholas. Nicholas, put it in the key box now. Alright, I'll owe you $5. Yeah.
Alright, so there was 4 blue and a green to finish this off after that black.
Okay, go ahead and eat. Put it in the key box. Alright, I owe you $5.
Alright, so this black completes that beak, so I'm just gonna cut that off instead of carrying it. Alright, and we need row 25 next. So let's chain 2 and turn for 25. Starting out with our first green square here. And then we switched over to blue, and we need 5 blue. The medium blue. So there's 2. Three. Four. And 5. Alright, and we are switching over to the green. And we're going to put a green here. And then we need that orange. So we got the green, the blue, now the orange. Right here's the orange. Carrying this blue and the green with us. We need the orange and then the yellow. We're still carrying the blue and the green with us. And then we need to switch over to the green. And we need 5 green. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. So then we need to bring up this dark blue. We just need 1 dark blue. And then we're going to switch over to this medium blue. And we need 9 medium blue and a green to finish off this row. So there's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. and 9. Switching over to the green and finishing it off. Alright, so there is 25 rows of our hummingbird. That is so cool. Alright, so that is, you should have 25 squares, and that is half of our diamond finished. And when we come back, we are going to finish our diamond. And when we start row 26, we're going to start decreasing on both ends and create 2 more corners, and then we're going to work to our last corner. So I will see you when we start row 26. Okay, so we were back and we're going to start row 26. And I think I told you at the end of row 25 you have 25 squares. Okay, and now we're going to start decreasing. So from here on out, now, we used to, when we first started, we chained 2 in turn. We're only going to chain 1 in turn now. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And in that 3rd stitch, you're going to start your square, your green square. Same way we've been doing it. Now this becomes a corner, as you can see. Alright. So now I need to go to blue, and the medium blue that we've been working with, the background blue. Carrying our green with us. Now we need 9 blue. So 9 of these. So there's 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And 9. Alright, so then we're going to go, we're going to bring this green forward and this blue forward. Bring up the dark green, or dark blue. And then we need 1 dark blue in here. And that is the only place that we're putting that. Alright. Alright, so we're just going to leave that behind. Now we need the green. Let's make sure. There we go. Okay, so now we need 6 green. So there's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6. And before we go any further with this, we are going to need this yellow and this orange in the next row. We don't need it in this row, but we're going to need it in the next row. So I'm going to pull it up to this row, pulling that yellow up, and then we're going to leave it here. Leave it back there. And then, is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now we are just needing this black one more time. And this is the eye of his eye. So at the same time as I'm doing this, I want to bring this orange up too, because we are needing those in the next one. So I am pulling up this orange and then leaving it behind. Hang on. That blue went by the wayside. I need this blue. Goodness gracious. Alright. I need the blue and the green. This medium blue and the green. While I'm working with the black. Alright, and then we want to go back to the green. And then we need one green here. But I need to bring this blue with me. We're leaving everything else behind. So we just need one green here. And then we're going to switch over to this blue. And then I need 4 blue and a green to finish off this row. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. Alright, and then this is the last stitch right here. So before, the last stitch was up here. Now it's going to be down here because we're decreasing on both ends. So we're going to put this green in this stitch here, and then we're going to slip stitch to this first stitch right here, and there is the other corner. So now we have 3 corners. Okay, and so now we're going to be, this is what it looks like. Pretty cool. Alright, so we just did 26. And 27 is next. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and then start our square in the third. And then we're going to switch over to this blue. And by the way, we're not going to use this black anymore, so let's just cut that off and get it out of there. We've got too many colors we're dealing with already. We don't need to deal with that anymore. Alright, so let's put this blue up here. And we need 4 blue. So there's 1. And this is the medium blue, our background color. 2.
It's supposed to get warm the next couple days.
3.
Let me see if I have to go potty.
And 4. And then we need 4 green. So we're switching over to green. Let's bring these up as we're going, because we're going to need them after these 4 greens. Actually, that ain't going to look right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's actually, let's just cut this off. I probably should have done that. It ain't going to look right. So let's cut these off so that we'll be able to use those down the line. And I will just sew those ends in. Let's make it easy. Alright, so we need 4 green, and this is 2. Three. And 4. We're going to be starting the wing here. So now we need yellow. So we're going to switch over to yellow up here.
It cooled down a little bit, but it's still, the humidity's what it is. Dominic, we got about 5 minutes.
Alright, and then we're going to switch over to the orange.
If you need to go to the potty, go now.
Next. Oh, we're bringing in another color. Okay, so now we're switching over to a light blue. So we have a light blue now. So we have 3 different colors of blue in this. I am going to leave this orange behind here. So the next one is light blue. And then the next one is the dark blue. So, again, We're leaving this light blue behind. We need to bring this dark blue out.
Okay, we're gonna go.
And now we need a dark blue. Alright, and now let's switch over to the medium blue. Carrying our green with us, we need 9 blue, medium blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have our green. And then our green is the last one right here. So at the beginning of this, I told you that we'll always start with a green and end with a green. And in this case, we're still doing that. So we will have this border still going. All right, so there is row 27. And I want to mark that off. The more colors you work with, just the more tails you're going to have. That's just the way it is. But the tails are really easy to work in on these. I don't mind doing tails on this project. I think I've told you that before. Alright, so we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to slip stitch. This is for row 28. Slip stitch in the first 2 and start our square in a third. And then we need to go to blue, the medium blue. While we're carrying our green, we need 8 medium blue. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's 8 medium blue, and then we're going to the dark blue. We're going to bring this dark blue up. I'm going to put a dark blue in here. And then we need the the light blue. Wait a minute. I don't want to take that dark blue with me because we don't need it. We just need light blue in here. And then we need our orange. So now we need, we got dark blue, light blue, and orange. And now we need, an orange, green, orange is what we need. So, which means we need to take that with us, the orange. And then we need to switch back over to the orange. And then this is orange. It was orange, green, orange. Oh, but what I want to do is that next row, I'm going to need this yellow, but we are going to need that yellow somewhere else, I think. I may be cutting that off. We're just going to, yeah. Alright. Let's just put the orange in. That yellow might be getting cut off. Because I think it's somewhere else. It's not there. Alright. So go back to green after the orange. Leave the orange behind. Carrying our blue still. We need 4 green. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. Alright, and then we need to switch over to the blue, the medium blue, while we're carrying our green. And now we just need 3 blue and a green to finish off this row 28. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Slip stitch here. And there we have it. So there is row 28. And we'll see what that does. Okay. So let's Mark off row 28. And then I wanted to tell you, at the end of row 26, we went from 25 squares to 24 squares. And from 1 to 25, it went up by 1 square. From 26 on, it's going to go down by 1 square. So 26 is 24, 27 is 23, 28 is 22. So we just put 22 squares on there. And now 29 will be 21. So it'll be like that. So anyway, let's chain 1 and turn for 29. We're going to put 21 squares on there. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in that 3rd stitch. And then we're going to switch over to the medium blue. And we're going to put this 3 medium blue in. So there's 1. 2. And 3. And now we're going to go back to our green, and we need to put 4 green in. So there's a 1. 2. 3. And 4. And I think I made a mistake with this yellow. Let me see if I can't. What will it do if I brought it up? Yeah, it won't work. Okay, since I made a mistake with the yellow, I'm going to have to cut it off. And I need to put this yellow in next up here. So what's 2 more ends, right? Oh, goodness. Anyway. And then now we need the light blue. Oh, goodness. I need to bring that orange up. Hang on. Let's bring this orange up here and put that there. Else we got to carry that for a little bit. Alright, we're putting this yellow in. Alright, that is staying behind. We need to bring this light blue over here. And put that in. Just carrying these 3 with me. So I need, so now I need light blue, orange, and light blue. which means we're going to have to carry that light blue with us. Bring this orange up. And then we're going to switch back over to orange, or light blue. But I'm going to leave that orange behind because I don't need it anymore. So we need a light blue and a dark blue next. And then we're going to switch over to our medium blue. Now wait a minute. That light blue I should have left behind because I do not want to carry that anymore. Now put the dark blue in. We're just carrying the medium blue and the green on this. And now we need to switch over to the medium blue by leaving that dark blue behind. And then just carrying the green now. So there is 7 medium blues here. And then 1 green. 7 medium blue and 1 green should finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Six. And 7. And here's our green. All right. There we have it. That kind of worked out okay. All right. So that is row 29. And now we're going to do row 30, and we'll be down to 20 squares in row 30. So chain 1 and turn. I kind of got a little bit of a tangly mess. So when you're working with a lot of colors, it is very easy to get things tangled up. There. Honestly. All right. All right, so we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches for row 30. And then we're going to start our square in that 3rd stitch. And then we are going to go to our medium blue. And then we need 6 medium blue next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we need to go with dark blue. Bring the dark blue up. And it is on the floor, isn't it? Yeah, it fell off there. Alright. While we're carrying the medium blue and the green with us, we need a dark blue. And, well, we're actually going to need a dark blue, a light blue, and a dark blue again. So here's the dark blue. And we're going to bring the light blue up with us. So here's the light blue. And then we're going to go back to the dark blue. Because we're not going to need that light blue anymore, so leave it behind. And then we're going to put dark blue in here again. Alright. Now we are going to need orange, green, orange. So orange, green, and then we're going to come back to the orange. I'm going to bring up this yellow. We're definitely going to need this yellow next time, so we're doing this orange next. So I'm bringing up this yellow for next row. So we can leave the yellow and the orange behind right here. So it's orange, green, orange, and then we need the the medium blue. Just one medium blue here, and then we're going to go to green. And we need 2 green. And then back to the medium blue. And then we just need 3 medium blue and a green to finish off this row. So there's 3. And now we're going to switch over to green. And then slip stitch. There. All right. So, that was row 30. Mark it off. And then we need row 31 is next. So we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the third. Honestly. Alright, and then we need to switch over to the blue. The medium blue. And we need 6 of those. So there's 1. Oh, are you kidding me that I left that behind? I need this green. Goodness gracious. Hang on. It's a good thing I noticed it. Sitting there. I need to bring this with me. Alright, 6 of these. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And this is 6. So it looks like we finished up the hummingbird's head. That's looking cool. Alright, and then we need to switch over to yellow. I'm wondering if this will let me do this. And what it'll look like if I do this. So I'm bringing up the yellow, but I'm also bringing that orange up too for the next row. I'm not going to need that orange in this row, but I'm going to bring it up 1. And I guess that doesn't look too bad, so I'm just going to leave it go that way. So I don't have to be cutting off so much. Alright, so we need yellow, light blue, yellow. Oh goodness. Alright. Which means I'm going to leave that orange behind. I'm going to need this light blue up here. I'm carrying this yellow with me, because the next one is yellow again. This will be the last yellow. So we need to carry the light blue with us though. So here's yellow. Alright, so that yellow's going. And now we need a dark blue. So we're going to bring up this dark blue. I still have the light blue with me because I'm going to need the light blue after the dark blue. So there's the dark blue. Now we need the light blue. And then the next one is light blue. And then we need the medium blue after that. Leaving the light blue behind. And now I need 6 medium blue and 1 green to finish off this row. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have the green. And slip stitch there. And there we have it. That the wings are starting to come out up here. We just need to finish up the wings on the hummingbird and we will have it. So this is looking pretty cool. Alright. Row 31 is done. Row 32 is next. I'm having a rough time with all of this tangling stuff. Alright. Too many tangles. Alright, now we'll be able to do a little bit of work. Alright, so 32, chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the third. And then we need to go to the medium blue. And we need 5 medium blue. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Alright. Now we need to go to our light blue next. Alright, and then we're going to switch to our dark blue. I'm leaving that light blue there because we're not going to need it anymore in this row. Okay, and then from the dark blue we need the yellow next. And we're not going to need the dark blue anymore in this row either. And then from the yellow, we're going to need our orange. And now we just need orange, green, orange. Go back to the orange. Okay. So it was orange, green, orange, and now we have to go back to our medium blue. So I'm leaving that orange there. And we just need 5 medium blue and a green, and that should finish off this row. There's 3. 4. And 5. And there's our green. And here we have it so far. All right. Let's mark off row 32. 33 is next. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in the third. Alright, and then we're going to go to the medium blue. And we need 5 medium blue. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. All right, now we're switching off colors again. All right, so now we're going to bring this yellow down here. And this one, we need yellow. All right. The light blue. Hang on a second. We need to bring that orange up. We need this orange. We need to carry this orange with us because we're going to need that. Okay, so yellow, light blue. All right, and then now we need the orange. Goodness. All right. So this is where the orange goes. Right here. Except for we don't need that light blue. So we can leave it behind. We are still needing this yellow. Alright, so this is orange here. Alright. We are not going to need this orange. And now we need this dark blue after the orange. Right here. No, sorry. We need the yellow. Oh, goodness. Alright. We need the yellow there. Here. And then we need the dark blue. But that's the last of the yellow that we need. And now we just need the medium blue next. And we need 5 of those. So 5 medium blue and a green should finish off this row. So there's 3. 4. 5. And then here's the green. Right here. Slip stitch here. And there we have it. So, so far so good. $33 is finished. Now we need to do 34. 34 is next. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches here. Start our square in the 3rd. And then we're going to switch over to blue. And we need 4 medium blue next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to need the dark blue. We're going to bring the dark blue up. Alright, so the dark blue, we need 1 dark blue here. And I'm going to need that later. Then the yellow is next. Then the orange. I am not going to need this yellow though. We're going to leave it behind. Alright, and then we are going to need this orange. Now we're going to bring the dark blue back up out of here. So the dark blue is next after the orange. And that'll be the last time we use that in this row. So we can leave it. Now we need to go to green. And then orange again. All right, go to the medium blue. We never used that light blue. Yeah. Well, hang on a minute. We need to bring that light blue up because I'm going to need it in the next row. Alright, so we'll leave the light blue here. And then go to the orange. This is a mess. And then we need 4 medium blue. We're leaving that orange there. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we go to our green. And finish it off. Alright, so there's row 34. Alright. Let's mark that off. Alright, so starting with our green, chain 1 and turn. And here's 35. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the 3rd. And then we're going to need our medium blue, and we need 4 of them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and now we're needing yellow clear down there again. Alright, so now we're going to be bringing this yellow all the way down here again. We're going to bring this orange with us, because we're going to need that later. Alright, and then we need our light blue next. The light blue is done. We don't need that anymore. Now we need a dark blue. So let's bring that up next. Okay, then we need the orange. We are done with the dark blue in this row. So now we just need orange, and then yellow. And we're going to get rid of that orange and put that there. And here's the yellow. Alright, and then we need to go back to the medium blue. And we are needing 4 medium blue and a green. Should finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our green to finish it off. Alright, and that is row 35, completely finished. "36 is next. In 35, you should be down to 15 squares as well. Alright, so we're going to chain 1 and turn for 36. We're going to chain, slip stitch in the first 2 and start our square in the third. And then switch over to the medium blue. And we are needing 3 medium blue.
Stuff was over there. Lacrosse got canceled. It was raining. Andrew.
Yeah. 2.
I said, well, when is it not raining?
And 3. Alright. So we need a yellow. And then we are not going to need that anymore. Now we can bring up an orange. And then we need a blue, a medium blue. here.
That's all it does is rain.
The orange, we're not... Yeah, we are going to need it. We better keep it with us. So we need a medium blue here. And then we need a dark blue. So bring in the dark blue, which is next. And we're going to cut off this light blue because we're not going to need it for the next couple of rows. So we'll just cut that off. And so we've got the dark blue. What's next? We need a green and an orange. So dark blue we're done with. Okay, going to the green. And then we need our orange. And now we need a medium blue, and we need 3 of those. So 3 medium blue and 1 green should finish off this row. There we have it. All right, so that was 36. $37. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in the third. I'm going from green to the medium blue. And we are needing 3 medium blue. Alright. We're bringing this yellow all the way down here again. So we need to bring this orange up because we're going to need it later. Alright. So now I need green while we're carrying this yellow with us. We need this yellow again later. The green and then the dark blue. So let's bring that up. And we'll put that in here. Yep. And then we're going to go to the medium blue. The dark blue we're not going to need anymore. Green, medium blue. So the dark blue can stay. We are needing the medium blue here. And then orange. And then the yellow. And then we need to go over to the medium blue again. And it's 2 medium blue and 1 green should finish off this row. And there we have it. So there is row 37 finished. So let's chain 1 and turn. And now we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and then start our square in the third. Alright, and then we need to go to our medium blue, and we need 2 medium blue. Alright, and then we need orange next. We need to bring this yellow with us because we're going to need that later. So, we need to put an orange in here. And we need to carry this orange with us because we're going to need it down there too. Alright, so now we have to go to the medium blue. Wait a second. Green. Yeah, medium blue. There we go. um, we need 2 medium blue. So there's 1. I think we're finally done with that dark blue, because I don't see any more dark blues. So I think we're done with that. So I am actually going to cut that off. Alright, 2 medium blue, and then we need a light blue. And I think it's the only one, too. We're almost done with these wings, I'm guessing. So we're putting this light blue in here. And we need to go to yellow. So yellow is next. And then leaving that light blue behind. And then orange is next. And then we need the medium blue. And it's 2 medium blue and 1 green. Should finish off this row. Slip stitch right there. Alright, so there's that. And that's row 38. Row 39 is next. Chain 1 and turn. And here's our green. And then we need 2 blue. These are medium blues. Alright. And then we need an orange. A green. We need that orange later. We're going to bring up this yellow for the next row. We're not going to need it in this row, but we will need it in the next row. So there's the green. So let's leave this yellow behind. And now we need the medium blue. Next. So we need 2 medium blue. No, we need 3 medium blues. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we need the orange. Alright, there's the orange. And then we go back to the medium blue. And it's 1 medium blue and 1 green, and that should finish off this row.
Alright, I better do my exercise.
And there we have it. So, those wings are looking pretty cool. Alright, so that was row 39. Next row is 40, and you will be down to 10 squares in the next row. So let's chain 1 and turn. And I want to cut off this light blue because we don't need that anymore. Alright, we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in the third. And then we're going over to the blue. And we need 4 of these. Bring up this orange when we do this. We're going to need that in the next row. So we're going to leave that behind here. So we have 2. We need 4 blue, medium blue. And we have 2. So there's 3. And 4. And then we're going to switch over to the green. And we're going to put a green in. And a yellow is next. And then we're going to switch over to our medium blue again. And then we need 2 medium blue and a green should finish off this row. So there's 2, and here's our green. And then slip stitch, and there we have it. 10 squares in row 40. Alright, so yeah, row 41, chain 1 and turn. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in the 3rd. And then we need to switch over to the medium blue. Goodness. And we need 1 medium blue here. That orange is going to need to be cut off because I need it here, all the way up here, and I'm not carrying it all the way over there. So I'm just going to cut it off there and start it back up here again. So we need the orange, and then the yellow, and then here's our yellow. And then we need 4 medium blue. So 4 medium blue and a green should finish this off. I think we're just about done with these wings. So there's 2. 3. 4. And then here's our green one. Slip stitch here. And there's row 41. Alright, so let me look at, there we go. There's row 42 on the other side. Chain 1 and turn for 42. Yeah, we are almost done with the wings. So here's chain slip stitch in the first 2 and start our square in the third. And then we need to go to the medium blue and we need 4 medium blues. So there's 2. Three, and 4. So we are needing the orange next. But we're going to bring up this yellow for the next row. We're going to need it in the next row for the last time. So we put an orange in there. And then we're going to switch over to the medium blue. Hang on a second. Take that out of there. That's out of the picture too. Alright. We need the medium blue next. And it's just 1 medium blue and 1 green should finish off this row. Okay, 42, 43. We are slip stitching in the first 2 stitches. Starting our square in the third, as usual. And this time we're going to need a blue and a yellow. So we need this medium blue. And then we need to bring this yellow up with us. Next, while we carry this orange too. Alright, so the yellow and the orange will go in the back. And now we just need 3 medium blue and a green to finish off this row. And this will be row 43. So 3 medium blue and a green. There's 2. And 3. And there we go. So, that was the last of the yellow, and we're just going to cut that off. Get that out of there. Now we're just dealing with 3 colors. So 44, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in the third. And then we need to go over to the medium blue, and we need 3 medium blue. Yep. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now we just need our orange. Carry it up here. And then we need 1 green then. Alright, so there's the orange. Now we just need the green to finish off this row. And slip stitch here. Alright, and then we're just going to cut off this orange and get that out of there. Alright, so make sure these are not tangled. Alright, now we're just dealing with 2 colors, which is our green and our medium blue. And we are in row 45, and you are going to be down to 5 squares in this row. So we're starting off with our green like we normally do, and then we need to go to our our medium blue. And then we just need 3 medium blues while we carry our green over here. So there's 1. 2. 3. 3 blue. Alright, let's switch off to the green then. And finish it off. So 5 squares in this row, which is row 45. Row 46. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then we're going to start our square in the third. Switching over to our blue, we are going to need 2 blue and a green, and that'll be 4 squares in this row. Because we started out with green. So it's green, 2 blue, and a green. So that was 46 and 47. We're going to start out with our green. And 47 is green, one green. No, one green, one blue, one green. And it's the medium blue that we're using now. And that will be 3 squares. And this is the last row that we're going to be using this blue too. So we are done with the blue. Chain 1 and turn. And we might as well just cut that off. Now we're just dealing with one color, and that's the green only. So we are going to put 2 green in this row. And this is row 48, and then 49. We're only going to put 1 green, and this will be our corner made. Our last corner. Oh, and there we have it. We are completely done with our hummingbird. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is just beautiful. Alright, so there is our hummingbird, and I am going to be I'm going to go and sew in all these ends, and then we will be back to do the border on this diamond. See you then. Okay, so we're back, and we're going to put a border on this. This, look how beautiful that is. Hummingbird is so pretty. And then this is what it looks like on the back. This is the front, and this is the back. So you'll have to decide which side you like the best. And whichever side you decide, make sure that it's facing you. The back side is facing you. Or if you like the other side better, you know. But you want the back side facing you. So choose a front, and then have the back side face you. Alright, so we're going to start up in this corner right here. And to give you an idea of this diamond, these 2 sides are the same, okay? Then these 2 sides are the same. So these are the longer sides, and these are the shorter sides. So we're going to start up here at the top of this corner of the longer side. And I'm going to connect this up here, and then I'm going to chain 1, and then we need to put 2 half double crochets in that corner. Alright, and then we are going to find our stitches and put a half double crochet in those. So there's that one. So there was 2 stitches up here, and then down here in this section there's 3. Alright, and then you go down to the next section right here, and there should be 2 there. And in this section right here, there's 3. So You're putting half double crochets. And it continues like that. 2, 3, 2, 3 all the way down. And by the time you get done with this side, you are going to have anywhere from 58 to 60 stitches. So I think I end up with 58 when I do this. So I'm going to finish mine off camera, and I will meet you at the end of this side. Okay, so we are at the end of this side, and so there is one stitch right here. We're going to put a half double crochet in, and then we're in this corner. So here's what the corner is. It is 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet. And every corner is that. Okay, so you'll do that with every corner. So now we're going to go down the short side. So we just went down one of the long sides. Now we're going to go down the short side. And I'll show you what to do with the short side. Because both long sides are the exact same and both short sides are the exact same. Alright, so we're going to go, there's a stitch right here that we put 3 stitches in. We're just going to go in there and put a half double crochet in there. And then there's a half double crochet right here. Or not a half, a double crochet. Goodness. So you're going to put 2 half double crochets on it. And then there's a between these 2 blocks right here, there is a space. We're just going to put a half double crochet in it. So then here we go as the stitch again, and then the half double crochet. So you're going to go down 2, 2, 2, 2. By the end of this row or side, you should have 48 stitches. So you just keep going down like this, and then you'll do this corner, and you'll do this other short side, and then you do this corner, and then you'll do this last long side, which is the same as we did this one. So I'm going to go all the way around this, and I will be back to show you what to do in round 2 of this border. Okay, so I am all the way around there, and I am going to chain 1, and then we're going to put 2 half double crochets in this corner. Alright, and then I'm going to finish that corner when I come back around. So in the back loop only, we're going to put a half double crochet in these side stitches. So, our front loop, not back loop, I'm sorry, front loop only. Goodness. So we're just going to do front loop only and put half double crochets. In the corners, you're still going to do 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet. The same. So, I'm going to go all the way around my diamond with this second row, and I will meet back with you when we start the third row. See you then. Okay, so we are on round 3, and we're going to chain 1, and now I'm going to turn this whole thing around to the front. And then how I know this is the front is because we have this little design going down here where we crocheted in that front loop in the last row. So we're going to chain 1, and in this corner we're going to put 3 single crochets. And you're going to do that in every corner. And then you're going to go to back loop only and single crochet in each stitch in the back loops. So that's what creates this design coming down, as you can see. And I like that design on there. Now, if you don't want the design on there, then go through both loops. Whatever you want to do. But I like that design. So you're just going to go all the way around with a single crochet in each back loop. And then when you get to the corners, you're going to put 3 single crochet in the corners. And then you'll be done. And this will be all done. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun making this this hummingbird. And you know, I know there was a lot of colors and a lot of color changes, but I feel it was worth it because it's just so beautiful. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye bye now.